What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're continuing work on the $7,000 camper build. We're fixing two major mistakes I made while building this thing. One was the windows. I used the completely wrong sealer on those windows. I used polyurethane instead of Bostik V60. So I'm going to tear those windows out today and scrape all that sealer off and fix that. And the second major issue was that I let it go without internal bracing, and they were able to vibrate a little bit on the roof, and that has caused the sealer running on the H-mold to crack. Both causing a little bit of a water leak. Luckily, nothing major. I caught it just in time. And then we fully insulate this thing and add some vinyl flooring. Now, if you're new to the channel or this build, I'll just give a quick recap. So pretty much I started with a free 1970s Coronet Caravan. A mate was going to throw it out, so I just thought, I'll take it and we'll see how far this thing goes, and it went a lot further than I thought. Just was going to reclad the exterior and redo the timber frame, but we tore that thing way down. It was too far gone. We got down to a nice chassis. We reused the original chassis out of it, put a new drawbar suspension. We've built new framing on the walls, new roof. We've done aluminium composite panel on the sides and checker plate down low, and fully trimmed this thing out. It looks so much better. Anyway, let's fix some mistakes. This is what's going on here. So window is pulled away from the van, you can see there. So whether that's a bracket issue or not, I'm not too sure. Okay, so we're in here now with the windows. I just want to explain a couple of little things. When I first put these in, I think I did mention in that video that these threads here didn't really have much to engage on, and they were sort of sitting down a bit, which made it really hard to put the blind on, and that has caused the blind to pull down when it pleases. Our original bracket, you've got probably 3 to 4 turns to get that bracket on, which I don't really like. It's not really much, I don't think. Now, they've been really fantastic to deal with. They sent longer ones, which actually looks way better, but as you can see, we need a lot more thread. Yes. Alrighty, so we've got the windows pulled out. This honestly sucks having to do this. It actually wasn't that bad. This is probably the hardest window to get out because I had a lot of sealer on it, and I only got a lot of cleanup to do, which is fine. It's not too bad. It's just, it feels like 1 step forward, 10 back in a way, because as you can see, like, there's just rubbing marks and things. I think the main issue is that when I've put these in, I haven't put enough sealer around the edge. I probably should have packed it sort of out into the steel part as well, just to sort of help it a little bit. And when I've tightened it, I didn't have enough thread on the windows, so that's not really my fault, but the van wall thickness is a little bit too thick. So I've gone and gotten these screws. I'll show you guys in a minute, but pretty much that's going to help the new brackets that they've sent me. That should grab a bit better, and then we can just loosely do the windows up and let them come in. We don't have to go all the way like I did last time, because as you can see, yeah, the paint's come off a little bit, so it's a little bit disheartening having to do this, but it is my fault. So I think I tightened them up too much, and then all the sealer just squeezed out anyway. So originally my brackets were that in, so these nut things wouldn't grab on. So now I've gone and gotten screws. These were $100 express posted because I needed them. These are a tad longer, so they're about 10 mil longer in the thread part, which is going to give us way more grab. Just put this one in, double nutted it. Looks all right, but I've got 56 to do, so I'll get all that done, and then we'll get the windows put back in. We'll clean it all. I'm not going to show too much of these windows. This is all pretty boring, but back a bit. Alrighty, jump forward a bit. We got these two windows in. This one is all finished up and looks unreal. We've got plenty of squeeze out on the inside, which I never had that previously. So it's going to be much better. Plus, this is the product that they recommended when buying the windows. Bostik V60. This is the matte black version. So here, taped up either side. Didn't do this either last time, so that's massively improved the process of getting all this off. So I'm going to leave it a bit longer and peel the tape off. So much better. And we've got the other small window in on the other side. So one big one to go, and the windows are finished. So I'll catch you when it's done. Alrighty, so the worst of it is pretty much done now. So the windows are back in, they're finished up. They've had 48 hours to dry, and they're looking really, really good. I've got a bit of cleanup work to do. I think we're going to do a final bead around the outside. So yeah, they're back in. As you can see, looking really good over here. And not that there's much light, but we've got over here done too. Alright, so in the start of the video, I mentioned that there was 2 major things. The second is the gap between each sheet. As you can see here, we've got a massive gap. So the sheets are able to sort of vibrate a little bit. Luckily, I haven't noticed anything on the walls. I've only noticed on this one sheet on the roof here. kind of here. It's come away a little bit. Now it's really disheartening. I really should have dealt with that previously. It is on a brace here, so it really should have stayed stuck, but I'm going to put some more braces in up above my head here, all sort of around where I can get them. So scuffing the sheets to help the glue adhere, and just a bit of wax and grease remover. Okay, so we've got these installed. I just got them as flush as I could get them in here. Now I've just used a screw in either side sort of thing. Cantilever, so one off that sort of side and then one off that side, so this thing shouldn't twist and go anywhere. Okay, so we've got this part of the back wall done, we've got the roof all along this side done, and the front done. Now this does take a ton of patience to do. Some of the timbers slot in really good, some have to hit in, which I've sanded down a bit, and some just fall in. So it just takes a fair bit of manoeuvring around. So let's get this back wall finished. Holy heck, was that a lot of work. I smashed out, got the roof done, got both front and back finished, so I'm really happy with that. I definitely went overkill with the measurements, so I've got a fair few spare timbers, and we've saved a fair bit of weight there, which is really good. So next up will be the walls. I'll smash through those, and then it's insulation. So I chose timber over steel just for weight mainly, and just ease of installation, being that I didn't have to weld them in place and heat up the outside sheet that was already in place, or weld tabs on the end, so this was a lot easier. This is something I really wish that I had have done ages ago, even before we cladded the exterior, but you get that. Done! Oh, man, that's a lot of work. A lot of screwing. You really got to just admire how much work this really has been. Yes, it needed to be done. I've missed that part because we're going to put a door in there, and the two front ones, we're going to put doors in those too. Righto, so with the inside now done, let's jump up on the roof. Well, I keep referring to the two mistakes. Well, bracing inside and the roof was kind of the two mistakes in one. So they're sort of half and half. So pretty much on here, when I sealed this roof up, I didn't wash this too well, but when I sealed this roof up, I only put a very thin bead along here. That's quite messy. So we're going to take that off because the sheets were previously able to bounce up and down, sort of vibrate a little bit, and it cracked that in one of the joins. And I just don't want to run the risk on the others. That's actually it over there where it's cracked. First we clean, and then we place down some tape as a little edge barrier, and here you can see the sealer down, and here it is finished off and smoothed up. Looks pretty good. Alrighty, so we've got those two nice thick beads up on the roof. I'm going to let those dry. It's been about 2 days at the moment. I want to let it dry for a little bit longer because they're a tiny bit spongy in the center. Still, that was yesterday or the day before, so yeah, I'll just let that dry. So with all that polyurethane on the roof sealing, before we do the H mold here, we need to jump inside and do some roof insulation so the sheets don't move too much. Never leave myself with enough room. Alright, so this is foam, they call it Foamex XPS insulation foam. This is 30mm thick I went for, and it's, I think it's a 0.92 rating. I'll put it on the screen anyway. So it's the highest R value you can get, being 30mm. Oh yeah, so I got something pretty exciting coming too, just for you guys. New merchandise store dropping, so I'll talk about it more at the end of the video. We're going to have a heap more stuff coming. I've never pushed this very hard. We're going to have some really cool designs coming, so definitely stay tuned on that. It's a new platform, so I can put it onto YouTube and all the other socials. So keep updated on there because there's going to be some cool stuff coming. And every part helps support the channel to keep builds like this going and content to you guys more regular. Let's just say, measure 10 times, cut once, especially when it's this stuff. It's damn expensive. shave the sides a little bit now, so hopefully we'll get in there easier. I'll sit flush, sorry. Oh, yeah. Alright, so that is it for the insulation on the roof. It's really good to have that done. Kind of feels a little less echoey in here too, a little bit, but that might just be me. Now I did continue it down at the front here a little bit, so that's all done. And up here you can see I've just filled those skylights in that we're going to have there, just with some temporary stuff, because I don't know what we're doing with that yet. I would prefer not to cut more holes in the van and have leak points, especially because there's a brace running right across this one where the skylight would sit on top of, and it would have to get resealed. So I was thinking for the feeling of natural light was just to put a nice LED ring inside there and just box it all out, make it look really nice. So that one and this one here, you can see I've just sort of put those in for temporary. Now I'm sick of cutting foam. I really want to get up on the roof because we've only got 2 weeks now. I keep sort of updating the video, but we've got 2 weeks until we go away, and the amount of sealer that I put on the roof last time, it's taken a few days to dry, so I want as much time as possible. So this stuff has been able to cure for probably nearly a week. Actually, it would be a week now, which is really good. So it feels nice and solid. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it'll definitely do the job. So let's clean up this one. I was going to scrape all this sealer off, but it is that well stuck. It was only that one that sort of come loose. So I'm just going to go over the top of it. So I'm hoping this pad will help with adhesion a little bit. Very gently, not going to go overkill, just enough on the top. Okay, so I literally just said I'd inspected it and it looked pretty good from that angle. Lucky I checked it because we have got a very small tear in the sealer. You can just see it, I think there. And one down there. I'll have to scrape that piece, both those pieces up with this, and we'll get it resealed. See how we've gone from like a drop down to a nice taper. So any water should bead off, and if there's pools on the roof, it should just flow over once we're driving, hopefully. Alrighty, so just like that, the roof is completely sealed. As you can see, I've gotten better on this last one. We're smearing it all, so using a little bit of that Windex over the top and really gliding your fingers over has made that silky smooth. It looks really good. Sort of compared to that one there. We've got that one I didn't do, this one I half did, and this one I've fully done, which is a bit annoying, but I'll know that's up here and all of you guys watching. So roof's done. Now I'm going to power through. I'll get all the walls insulated. I'm just going to do that off camera, and then it's flooring time. So it's time for some more insulation, side walls, front and back, but I'm not going to bore you guys with that. So with the power of editing, I'll see you when it's done. Okay, so finally this van is fully insulated. It's braced, the windows are fixed. We're back to pretty much where we started at the end of last year, except for insulation. So it's really, really good to have this done. And me talking in here now is unreal. I've just noticed it is so much better than previously where it would be very echoey. So this insulation has definitely helped with a bit of sound deadening as well. As you'll see, there's a few spots here, here, and down the back there I have not insulated, because up the front here especially, they're going to be hatches. That's going to be electrical input and whatever else. 2 front hatches I'm pretty sure I'm going to put there. Now this back one, I don't know yet what we're going to do down here. So that's super exciting. We'll drag this thing out. I get my shed space back. This thing has taken up so much space and time, so we'll get it out. finish the vinyl flooring, and then that's it for this video. Okay, so we got this thing moved out late last night here, and it's really good to have it outside again. And I'm quite curious to see how warm it is in here today. It's going to get to 28 degrees. Feels a little bit warm in there right now, but it's probably not as warm as it used to be. So yeah, we're going to get this thing moved back into its original spot. As you can see, the X5 is kind of in the way there. That's going to go to scrap here very soon. If you guys don't know, we're doing an M57 diesel swap into our 105 Land Cruiser, so we can tow this thing around and do some traveling. So yeah, very last thing is this vinyl flooring, so let's get to it. So I've got the floor all cleaned up there. Actually, there's some more insulation that's dropped down. This stuff loves to drop, so I'm going to clean that up. Anyway, so tidy all that up. Flooring's been swept and everything and vacuumed. And here is the vinyl flooring. How good does that look? Went for like a nice natural look. So we're just letting this bake out in the sun to soften up, and we're going to cut it to length out here. Got the flooring in, we're just vacuuming underneath it so it sits nice and flush, and then cutting the wheel arches. This is actually a bit more difficult than you'd think. I'm just trying to get flat as well. Flooring is officially in and all cut out around the step and wheel wells. I'm gonna leave the back dovetail up a little bit because I don't know what we're doing there yet. Now we're putting in a little bit of a bed frame. Alright, so check this out inside. We've got the flooring pretty much complete. We've also got a bed frame, so that's very temporary. It's just for our next camping trip, which is coming up here very soon. And at the back here, we do have to cut that to length, but I'm going to do that later on because I just don't feel like doing it right now. I feel like that's something I can decide later. But it is super awesome to have this thing outside, insulation done. Everything's done, pretty much ready for use. So, and the flooring in. It is so nice, just look at it. Could definitely do with the vacuum, but what do you guys reckon? Do you like the color choice? It's going to pretty much match the bench tops and our cabinetry that's going in here, so we are thinking about that here very soon. Is going to be lining this thing and getting it wide first and lining it all. So that is pretty much going to be a wrap for today's video. This has been like a month and a half in the making, this video, so it's taken ages to go through and redo everything, but it's so rewarding having this done. So definitely stay tuned. There's going to be a video of us taking this thing out. We're going to be using it for our first camping trip, so I'm going to put that all up on here. So we're super excited to get this thing out and finally use it and see how many bits of insulation fall out of the roof on the way there. So that'll be very exciting. So I also have to say a serious thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel, whether you're old, new, or you've just stumbled across on this video. Thank you guys so much. We've absolutely blown up over the past few months over the Caravan video, and it is super awesome to finally get a video out. I think we've gone from, say, 4,000 subscribers to 10K now. So thank you guys so much. It is awesome to be just over that 10K mark. It's a huge goal of mine to reach that point and just share content with everyone. And hopefully people learn from it. I don't know, but it's just so much fun making these videos. They take so much time, but it's really, really rewarding when you've got the following and people supporting the channel. So speaking about supporting the channel, we've got a brand new merch website. Being that we've hit 10K, I finally put some effort into some merch, so I'll link that down on the screen here below. There's a couple of new designs coming. I'm sketching them at the moment myself. There's a Caravan design coming. There'll be a M57 engine one coming here very soon. And there's a couple of little things on the go. So definitely stay tuned for those and check out that website. I also forgot to mention that we've actually rebuilt this door. So now it opens and closes a lot better. And we can split this thing so we can have security door and everything now. How awesome is that? So again, thanks so much for the love and support. If you guys haven't already, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell. Give this video a like and leave a comment, as that really, really helps the algorithm. And share it around if you do like the video. See you in the next one.